Don't just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much. When your world went to shit!
Life is a mystery.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do. Trust me, kid, I'm no hero. You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Well, my entire world needs you. Shake on it. Ah! Nicked it. Just got the tip with your little steak knife.
Today's preparing for Deadpool and Wolverine is Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, which is a 2007 PG-rated sequel to 2005's Fantastic Four, in which Reed Richards and Sue Storm were going to get married, but there were a few problems. Reed has to deal with the military for like an invention, but then the Silver Surfer comes to Earth in order to serve his master Galactus, who we'll get to later. And the Doctor Doom is back, and he wants to get the surfboard, but in order to do that, he convinces the military to join, to trust him. And when accounting the Silver Surfer, Johnny Storm, Human Torch, whenever he touches the Fantastic Four members, he gets the powers of the Fantastic Four, and while the other ones get the power of the fire. And I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one, but I thought it was pretty fun, mainly because of the action. There's more action in this movie than the previous one. Like there's like a lot. There's like Silver Surfer versus Johnny Storm, the big military fight between the Silver Surfer, the jet scene, which was a very fun to see the jet back after seeing it in Lego Marvel Superheroes. But they have the ship to attack Doctor Doom, and then when Johnny Storm uses all of the Fantastic Four's powers to fight Doctor Doom, and when Silver Surfer sacrifices himself to save the universe. That was a pretty epic scene. I really thought Johnny Storm was probably a better executed character than the previous one, where he was mostly kind of a douchebag until he was a superhero at the end. But then, while he still can be a little goofy sometimes, mostly he can be more heroic, mainly when he got how he had the ability to touch other Fantastic Four members to get their powers, and he can get close to them because of it. But then when he realized that the world's at stake at the end, he did need to use all of everybody's powers to defeat Doctor Doom, to get him off the surfboard and defeat him. That was a pretty epic character development from Johnny Storm. He was much better in this movie. The other characters were okay in this one. I really thought the military were kind of weird characters in it, because they're mostly kind of like jerks to the Fantastic Four and only care about Doctor Doom being the one that cares about like the surfboard and the Silver Surfer, even though he wanted to kill the Fantastic Four and still wants to. And the special effects in there are kind of cheesy, when like specifically when Chris Evans had the stretchy powers of Mr. Fantastic. When he lays down, he gets melted, and it's really goofy. Or when the thing accidentally squishes Reed Richards, he has some very bad CGI on him. And when General Hager, played by Leandra Brower, gets killed, he gets killed in the most laughable explosion ever, because it looks like Photoshop, to be honest. His face, it really does. It really looks so bad. Made me laugh out loud too. I thought the costumes of course pretty cool. Of course, the Fantastic Four had the same ones. Doctor Doom's upgraded suit is pretty unique, and I like the silver on it. It looks pretty neat. Silver Surfer. The character is played by Doug Jones, but voiced by Lawrence Fishburne. And I'll be honest, Lawrence Fishburne's performance is okay. Though honestly, many people point out, and watching it now, if really I can agree with them, it doesn't work. His voice does not cannot fit on Doug Jones's skinny body. It feels distracting. Um, but I think the makeup on him, if it is makeup, I think it's motion capture because it looks kind of weird sometimes. The motion capture. If it was just makeup, it looked pretty interesting. Though I do on the at some places I do like the dark silver eggs to the colors in it on his skin. That was unique. And the last point thing to talk about is Galactus. Now, if you thought Deadpool and X-Men Origins was bad, get a load of what they 20th Century Fox did to Galactus 2 years prior. Because instead of a giant pink and blue wearing giant human that eats planets, he is just a cloud that eats planets. Okay? I do like there are some silhouettes to his helmet, but that was just Easter eggs. And him just being a clown that has no dialogue and just going to eat the planet makes him for a boring villain, and it makes me really has some interesting feelings of what they're gonna do when they gonna bring Galactus to their Fantastic Four movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2025. I'm very curious of how they're gonna do that. And it ends thankfully and happily ever after scene where they go to a wedding where finally Reed and Sue get married. Johnny Storm finally convinces Femkin, Frankie, to be with him, though accidentally or did not burned the flowers, which was kind of humorous. And Ben still stays with Alicia like the entire movie and the previous one. So honestly, I thought Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer was an okay movie. It's not as good as the first one, but it's watchable. I would watch that over that other one, which I'll thankfully not put on the reviews series. So that was it. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, preparing for Deadpool and Wolverine.